I'll tell you, reloading, a great hobby. A lot can be done in a short period of time. You can be a lot more productive than you think you are once you get in the swing of doing things. One of the first things to remember is start simple. And a single stage press is what you need to start with, because you'll always be wanting to have this around, even if you're using progressive press. The single stage press is used for so many different things. I can't even think of how many, but certainly doing rifle rounds or correcting a bad round that came out of the progressive press. You might want to reseat the bullet or recrimp it or something. But I will index the automatic press, the progressive here, with some 9mm. There's probably about 25 here. I'm going to double check my powder. I've got plenty of primers. I've got my bullets right here. I'll drop the single stage press on all the way. And I've got this press mounted at the end of my bench so that I've got all this weight in the bench mounted securely. On a progressive press, there's so much pressure applied because you got 5 things happening at once rather than just one, that the load is considerable. So if you mount the press out here on the edge of the bench, a lot of times you find yourself tipping the bench unless it's quite heavy. So I've chosen to mount my presses on the end of the bench. I've got one mounted this way, or 2 mounted on this bench this direction. And I go around here, and outside of the view over here, I've got another set. Another Loadmaster and another bullet sizer press that's there side by side. So in this position here, I can rotate between whatever I want to do, between 4 sets of presses. And then I've got my toolbox here that's got a lot of storage in it for different things that I use. There's a powder measure here, a single station powder measure, scales, case trimmers, all sorts of things on this toolbox. And I can work pretty efficiently here and reach all the things I need to reach as I'm working around. Now, progressive presses are really cool, but they are somewhat cantankerous, and you've got to watch every station, every time, every stroke. There's a lot going on. So here I'm about to set a bullet. I want to make sure there is powder in here. I've got a light shining such that I can see that there is powder in every case. And a stroke there. Now, seat another bullet, and as we go here, a bullet's going to fall. Every stroke of the press, after you run 5 strokes, will drop a bullet. And these 9mm, I shoot a lot of them. So it's great to have a progressive for something where you need to run several hundred rounds. If you're only running 50, 60, 100 rounds, especially a rifle, the setup time is not worth the effort on the progressive. And certainly with rifle requiring considerably more pressure to operate the loading press. If I was using a progressive press to load 30-06, I would be having to put so much pressure on it that I couldn't feel the other operations. And that's something that I can't explain to you because it's a matter of feeling. Rifle cases are so much bigger than these pistols that we find that it's just best to load rifle with a single stage press. Now the exception of that would be the small 223 or 7.62 by 39. Some of you may use 300 blackout, some other specialty cartridges like that are small. Now there was a ding and that brass went flying out. Now it could have been that was a 380 case that didn't quite fit the shell holder. I'll check it out in a minute. But I'm almost done with a complete tube of 9mm. And then the time we've been here. That's probably 25 to 30 rounds. And really, I've only had that one hiccup in our time. And there's a 9mm round, and I'll double check it for the length is exact where I want it. Primer looks good, and I know I'm full of powder, still have plenty of primers. I can rotate this case collator tubes and run another set of 25 here in just a few minutes.